Microdose, yeah, Microdose. Hosted by Kush and Robyn Seto. Talking the talk, cause they got things for you to know. Let's go party with Miss Robyn in the games on Cameo. Yeah, Microdose, Microdose, dose. Microdose, Microdose, dose. Microdose, Microdose, dose. Microdose, Microdose, dose. What gets this next? Go and take a guess. No matter who it is, every episode's the best. Every episode's the best. Every episode's the best. If you disagree, you're crazy, simple as chess. Microdose, 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 yeah, microdose.
Ho, 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 y'all. Kush Hayes here, coming to you. Episode 98. Merry Christmas, Christmas Eve edition. And with me, family favorite, Miss Robyn Seto. Miss Robyn, if you're nasty. Merry Christmas, Robyn. How are you doing?
Merry Christmas, Kush. It's chilly winter time, and it's been very cozy. Feeling cozy this Christmas Eve.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah, cozy is not one of the words I would describe this holiday season for me. I'm a little anxious due to the storms. We're a little wet. Otherwise, I'm normally not I can't wait to get this year over with, but I'm kind of ready to move on to the next year and see what happens from there. Like just the last 24 months. The last 24 months has been wild, and we finally need to hit that reset button. And if we can do it in 7 days. That'd be great. Because that's how that works.
Right.
Robyn, you got any plans for Christmas today, Christmas Eve?
Probably just settle in, wait for family to start showing up on Christmas Day.
Nice.
We're all adults now, and my sister's got a few little kids, so it's the family dynamic's a little different because we're all drinking age now, and we all enjoy a fair share of booze. So it's a little different for me because I grew up with pretty much a dry house.
Oh, okay.
But it's fun. None of us really overdo it, mostly because, you can't do too much the closer you get to the AARP years. But we have a good time. So I'm looking forward to family time, and it's always fun with little kids because, it's extra special when you're a little kid with a doting grandma and grandpa.
I'm finally an uncle for the first time. I've always been the adopted uncle, like a friend will have a kid or their friends have a kid, and always Uncle Kush, but I'm finally an uncle. So it took a while to kind of gauge how old young nephew Hayes was. When I met him, he was 2. Then the next year I was like, well, of course he's 7 now. I should send him a $20 plastic drone. Meanwhile, his mom was like, what the fuck are you doing, Kush? We're still working on square peg round hole. Okay. You're sending him drones. What the hell? So I seem to kill it on his birthday, but Christmas is always, the last couple of years has been a little sketchy. So this year I got him a very Muppet Christmas Carol or whatever it's called, the Muppet Christmas Carol. So I think we're going to get a home run with that one. But
yeah, that's a classic.
Last year I sent little brother Hayes, father to nephew Hayes, and sent him a copy of the despecialized Star Wars trilogy. He's a big Star Wars fan. I was like, I got it for you, brother. This is it. This is all the Star Wars goodness without all of the new shit. Okay, these are the laser disc rips. All right, laser disc in 1983, son. That's how deep we're going. And I was like, you and little nephew Hayes enjoy the shit out of these. And he's like, yeah, the wife says he's not old enough for that yet. And I was like, what? I know he's 5, but come on, man. We were 5 when we saw these. Do it.
I think that's probably a great age for that movie. But yeah, I don't know. Kids love Star Wars, but I don't know. Maybe mom just doesn't want him to be that warped. at a young age.
She doesn't want him to be the toxic Star Wars fan that gets booted from Facebook for 6 days because someone brought up an old movie. He had to interject with something stupid.
In the original
me.
cut, they did it.
So as of this recording, I'm still in Facebook jail, but as of this publishing, I should be out like a couple days now. But I got put in Facebook jail for 6 days. Guess why, Robyn?
Why?
Oh, well, I thought you might guess. So someone brought up The Last Jedi, which seems to be a goddamn fucking curse to this day. And people always have a problem with Laura Dern's character in that, and I'm just like, no, she not only was Laura Dern not the problem, but the character isn't the problem. I mean, the writing's all over the fucking place, but like she could have told Poe the plan the whole time. And I was like, no, she's technically the admiral. She outranks everybody. Like, she don't have to tell anybody shit. Just do what I say and shut the fuck up, and we're going forward. And people still don't get that. People still don't understand that. So someone said something else, someone said another thing, and then I chimed in, Poe Dameron should have been executed for treason. And boop, boop. I should insert the sound of jail doors. That was enough. It was bullying and threatening violence.
Oh my goodness. That's worse than my Kenny Omega is a bitch ban I got.
Well, it's equally worse than when I called Octomom a hoe on the Worldwide News Facebook page. Headline was Octomom and Batboy get together, and I was like, damn hoe. And Facebook, you're my favorite profile, but your censorship is literally killing me. And it's not just affecting my Kush Hayes account, like it's affecting my personal account as well. Which is why I created the Kush Hayes account, so in case something stupid like this happened, it wouldn't affect anything. Wrong there. I guess I just can't post anything on Facebook these days.
Yeah, it's risky out there. I feel like, well, my profile, I felt like just the things that I was getting banned for were more and more ridiculous, and the bans were getting longer and longer, to the point where I just felt like, okay, well, they're targeting my profile because I've had so many strikes at this point. Mm-hmm. It's pretty much an archive, and I made an entirely new profile.
Yeah, it does feel like because of the first 2 or 3 strikes, now they're specifically watching, because I see all sorts of wild shit on Facebook that is still not getting flagged.
For real. It's frustrating. It's like, how are you not banned?
Mm-hmm.
How are you not
forgive me if I'm wrong, you got dinged for something in the past, right? Like it was already Wednesday, but then like you had said something 90 plus days ago, 3 years ago or whatever. They're like, yeah, we don't like that, Robyn. Okay.
I don't think that was me, but that definitely happened to somebody that we knew, where
that's definitely like,
happened. Why are you flagging this? This is from like 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's nuts. You're crazy, Zuck. You're crazy.
Robyn, we've been talking about the holidays. We've been talking about the new year coming up. Let's talk about the year that we just had, 2021. What has been your favorite episode this year that you've been a part of?
It's hard to pick, because I did take kind of a look back at the year, and there's a lot. There were a lot of just really fun people. A lot of returning
guests. It also feels
guests.
like it was years ago, right? Not just 11 months ago.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, that was at the beginning of the year when we had Cecil from Good Bad Flicks on. And
Cecil Trachtenberg, whose name I just butchered again. He's never coming on the show. He's never coming back.
But then, we've had the returning favorites like Drew Angelman, and our friends from the Overlook Hour, Madeline Costner from the Unnamed Footage Festival. If they feel like old family friends at this point.
That's what's up. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. I think we always have a great time with the Drew Angelman. I think think some of my biggest ones though were like, well, obviously Norberto Barba. That was a big name on my vision board for
Oh
a
yeah.
while. So to get him, and again, it was like that was this year. No, that was 2020,
Yeah.
dude. No, nope, that was this year.
I
Um,
know.
Bart Rowenhorst. Like again, that was
Yeah,
just
the
over the
redhead
summer.
days. Yeah. And yeah, he was great.
He was fun.
I love his sense of humor and his just sort of whimsical, creative mind. Um, and also find it hilarious that he himself is not a redhead.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he was doing a photography project where he was photographing redheads, and he was like, hey, if I remember correctly, like he's like, yeah, I need like 10 redheads to come by, and best case scenario, he got like 25. And they all had a great time, and they're like, we should do this again next year. And then they did, and it was like 150 showed up, and it was like, oh, we got something here. Now we have to keep the ball going. I think one of our more interesting episodes this year was with Pollo Del Mar or Polly Pratt. Geez, I just saw him at the Hall of Fame the other day. I got inducted into the Hall of Fame, Robyn Seto.
Oh, that's right. That's very exciting.
Yeah, it was. It was very exciting. I don't know if you got to hear my speech or not, but it was neat.
Especially since we've had so many wrestling adjacent and wrestlers on the show.
I think with the
Pollo
exception
is
of AJ
definitely a
Kirsch,
lot
none
of
of them
fun.
know who I am, though.
But that makes it even more fun that they're kind of just on here, and this is kind of their first exposure to us and our kind of platform. And it hasn't ever really been awkward. They all seem to kind of catch on with like the program pretty quickly. Everyone's been real pleasant.
And that's the beauty of where
Janelle
you come
Smith.
into this all, Miss Robyn Seto,
Oh yeah.
because a lot of the times the
Oh
guests,
me.
they're like, "Oh, I'm on a show called Microdose. Or are we going to be just talking about drugs the whole time?" Like I physically feel that coming through the Wi-Fi. Like, oh, I regret being on this, and they're very tight when we try and softball them the simplest of questions. I just want to have like a basic conversation. But by the time we get to the Robyn Seto cameo party, like they are now loose. They're like, oh my God, I'm having so much fun here. And when we get to the end of the episode and the end of the game, they're like, oh, that's it. I thought we might go for another hour or something after that. Like, so
Yeah.
you've definitely been an asset in this whole
Oh.
experience, Robyn, and that's thanks to your game, the Robyn Seto cameo party, which is
Oh yeah.
it's just so much fun.
That was just sort of a goofy thing I had, and I'm glad that it's kind of caught on as well as it has. Um, since I've been off the show and on my break here, I've noticed that there've been a couple of cameo copycat kind of things popping up.
Do you really?
Yeah, so I haven't done enough research yet to know if there are differences, because I know that I did kind of take a peek and I noticed there are a lot of people on that platform called Mimo, which sounds a lot like Cameo. I guess the biggest difference is that I guess Cameo is a company based in the United States, so they only deal in US currency. So the advantage to Mimo is that they also include European currencies. So I guess like the euro and the pound. As far as I know, it's just Europe and doesn't include like Greater Asia or anything like that.
That's fascinating. Why wouldn't they just like look? This isn't 1996 anymore. It's 2021 going into 2022. Like there's already an app that will like take Chinese yen and convert it into American dollars. Like that's so strange.
Yeah, I guess maybe it's easier for them to file their taxes or whatever. But I guess whatever barriers that
that makes
have
sense.
is not great enough for celebrities not to take advantage of both. So yeah, I noticed that there are some people who are on both Cameo and this other one, Mimo. I haven't looked deep enough into it to see if their prices are the same or if they're different or if they're taxed or whatever. So
Actually, I
that
take that back. The tax thing doesn't make sense. So for the longest time, I had an eBay account, and I was selling shit literally around the world, and they would they would buy my goods and services with their currency, and it would just get converted into U.S. dollars. And it never affected my taxes any more than just accepting U.S. dollars.
yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay,
I
I
mean,
totally cut you off there. I'm sorry.
part of that is just that I think celebrities plan on making a lot more money off of this kind of thing. It's a much larger like profit thing.
Good.
So versus like individual sellers, I don't think enough transactions happen for them to care that much about whatever money you're not paying in taxes.
Hmm.
That being said, it'll be interesting to make those comparisons and see what it's about, and maybe we can do something different with the games in the future because of these different services that do more or less the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Robyn Seto cameo party doesn't have to just revolve around cameo. Like, it's always in the description. I
But
change it to be the mystery party, and we do that for legal reasons, kids, so the cameo doesn't sue us. But
yeah,
it doesn't have to just stop at cameo. It could apply to a memo or YouTube
yeah,
or whatever the hell. But it's definitely, it really is the best part of the show, Robyn. And we've missed having you these last couple months, and we look forward to having you on again.
yeah. I'm 30 now. Ugh. And
I get it.
I'm finally starting to kind of get my act together here.
Okay,
um,
nothing wrong with that.
and yeah, so I'm kind of in the middle of doing like a purge of my possessions. I've got a lot of stuff that I need
Mm,
to find a new home for or just throw away flat. Um, but I think that'll go pretty good for me, and I'll feel kind of better about having a routine again. Things have been kind of up in the air, and um, feel like I'm finally starting to find places to settle.
okay.
uh, Trying to move out.
Oh, really? That's
And
exciting.
now that I finally got a permanent position at my job, and I kind of have, you know, that stability, I don't have to worry about my pay rate changing, uh,
Hmm.
or not not knowing if I'll have a job in the next month or something like that, because that's how temp work is.
Hmm.
Um, so I've been there about 3 months as a permanent employee now.
Oh, that's
So
great.
yeah, I'm kind of coming up on uh, being there for a whole year in March,
Hmm.
and I'm really enjoying this place, and I feel like I jumped through a lot of hoops to get this job. um,
That's how it
and
goes, though.
but I feel like it's really worth it because the
Okay.
my supervisor is really cool. The people I work with are cool. It's a pretty quiet office. It's a nonprofit, so I'm not getting a bunch of um, bottom line is money sort of stuff. The focus is on keeping our vendors happy and our clients cared for,
Hmm.
stuff like that. So it's a well organized, better paced place for me. So, but it's still taken adjustment. It's funny how anytime there's change, even when it's a positive change, it kind of knocks you out of your rhythm.
It's
So
stressful. I mean, it
yeah,
is a change for a reason. So that disrupts everything, positive, negative. Yeah, I get it.
yeah. Well, um, yeah, I think usually 3 months, 4 months is usually the spot where you kind of start getting your footing into where you're going to be as an employee, and it's feeling good. Um, and I feel like I get to use my brain a lot more, which is nice.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And it just feels good knowing that like we're doing something that directly affects our community that we live in. And it's nice. The building is about 150 years old though,
Ooh.
so it's pretty drafty right now.
Okay, yeah. It sounds like an old
Makes
municipal
me-
building.
Yeah. I mean, that's more or less what it was.
Copy that.
So,
Like this.
but it's kind of cool because you're like, this is the original building. Wow. I wish that they had better window technology back then.
Or could sustain a budget to update said windows. Yes, I get it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
But no, now it's a landmark. We can't alter the building. It's like you
Yeah.
can weatherproof it, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I almost fell off my stool.
Yeah.
I got that impassionate about weather stripping that I almost fell off my stool.
I feel you though, especially when I'm in there and I'm like, I don't know how to dress for going into the office.
Got to wear a heavy coat. That's all there is to it, and probably a beanie.
Yeah.
A little ski hat. Shit, Robyn. It's as I keep mentioning, and if everyone hasn't already forgotten, it's Christmas Eve, and we just had a new Spider-Man movie come out. You into the Spider-Man at all?
I am aware of the phenomenon of Spider-Man and his many iterations. I didn't see any of the Andrew Garfield or Tom Holland ones.
Okay.
I think I was in junior high and high school when the Sam Raimi ones came out. Mm-hmm. And those are the only ones I've seen.
Dig it.
So that's my history with that whole franchise.
All right. Well, without getting into everything here, and without doing a spoiler review, I absolutely loved the brand new Spider-Man. I'm even giving it not even giving it like a 5 out of 5. I'm giving it a believe the hype, which normally is reserved for movies that like I ain't seen till like 3 months later. That everyone liked. I was like, wow, yeah, everyone was right about that. That was really good. Yeah. No, this was everything everyone wanted. I totally recommend you go see it. Even if you're just, the casualista fans, like you don't have to see it in the theater, but go see it. All right. Wait for it to come on the Netflix or whatever Sony's streaming platform. But I think you would enjoy it. It's pretty wild.
Okay.
What's more important though is my experience seeing the film. So this thing has been annoying the shit out of me for most of the year, Robyn. All right. Like I was like, new Spider-Man movie, December, dope. I'll be there. But then for whatever reason, like all the entertainment media has to just keep riding this Spider-Man wave. So if there's a rumor, everyone has to talk about it. I'm like, I don't know if so-and-so is gonna be in it. Like, why can't you assholes just be surprised? Just be positive surprised, negatively surprised. I don't know. Speculate all you want, but why is this occupying our time, especially in this day and age? And maybe it's just a good distraction, but still. And then the fervor continued to go on, Miss Robyn Seto, where it's like that new trailer came out. Did you see that new trailer? It didn't have any of the Spider-Man in it, but the trailer. And it was like, yeah, it was a good trailer. I now know the date. It's on my calendar. I'll be there. More speculation, more quote unquote leaked photos. More this, more that, more so-and-so denies they're in the film. It's like, guys, again, why can't we just be surprised? Just the movie. We already know when the movie's coming out. We saw the trailer. Looks fun as shit. I'm going to probably drop some mushrooms. FYI, I did. And then we're going to have a good time. Just calm the fuck down. But that new trailer's coming out, yo. And then we got to see, none of the Spider-Men are in it. What's going on? It's like, guys, I bet the Spider-Men are probably in it. But let's just be surprised. Let's have a good time with this. Like I've heard all your stupid arguments. I'm trying to keep my mom's lungs from melting here, and you guys are fucking just going off on the wrong stuff. It's okay. Those tickets come out tomorrow. All right. Tickets coming out tomorrow. Like, what time tomorrow are they coming out though? Like, coming out midnight, 9 p.m., 3 in the morning, like whatever. Tickets finally come out. And you know what? Again, as you may have picked up, I was a little confused. Does it come out at midnight? Is it 9 p.m. our time? 6 a.m. in the morning the next day? Like, does it happen after a Monday night football ad as it has in the past? Like, I don't know. But they're available. And I find out like 7 minutes afterwards. And you know what? I gave it the rule of three, Robyn. After 3 attempts, like the app was just not taking my order. So I gave up. I moved on with my life. And then I have shitty sleeping patterns. So at 5 a.m., I just woke up and just like, I wonder what's going on with them tickets. And sure enough, theater I want just down the street. One of the earliest times that isn't like in some bullshit gimmick, not 3D or the 4DX or any of that. Just regular ass Spider-Man. Theater's not even a quarter of the way filled. All right. Meanwhile, Twitter's timeline is just going all the way up, just like, can't get in. I can't get in. I almost have my tickets, and then they boot me up. And it's just like, it's just tickets for a movie, guys. We're all gonna get to see this. I promise you. We're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be fun. Got my ticket. Got Robyn, I used to be the guy who's like, I normally like to sit in the back, but for whatever reason, since the pandemic, I've been sequestering myself to floor level handicap sections where they have sometimes one, maybe two regular seats. Everything else in that row might be reserved for a caretaker or is just an empty space for a wheelchair. I get one of the regular seats. And I think that maybe there was a second regular seat next to me. So dig this. We finally get to game day. You've never been to a movie, Robyn, but I tend to get there about a half hour before showtime. I don't know why. I'm just kind of, even with reserve seating, I'm weird like that. Like, even with reserve seating and I haven't showed up a half hour, I would have to go like, excuse me, sir or ma'am, you're in my seat there. That's no, this is my ticket. That's my seat. You gotta go. So I get there a half hour early. As I'm walking down the hall, I'm again, Robyn, you and I actually have still not met in person. So I'm a rather large guy. Like, right. I'm very wide, I'm very tall, I'm kind of thick. I'm not necessarily overweight, but I'm big. So I take up this entire hallway. Now, if I needed to just like dip to the side, this guy that is tailgating my ass could just walk right on by. But I'm just like, you know what, man, it's 25 feet. Just deal with it, bro. Like, I'm just walking. I'm not going to change my stride. I'm not trying to go slow, but I'm not going to speed up for your ass either. Again, floor level. So I'm not going up any stairs. I'm not going down any stairs. I literally make a left. My seat is right there. I'm a wide guy. It's winter, so I'm wearing a couple layers. That means I'm wider. So I actually bought some popcorn, place it on the little table in row D2 as opposed to D1. And I'm just about to sit down, and sure enough, this guy who's been tailgating me, it's the biggest movie there, Robyn. I totally anticipate someone might be sitting next to me. But this motherfucker literally walked in right behind me. And because I saw that, I went like, and threw my whole rhythm off. And I knocked my popcorn over, all into his seat, all into my seat. And now I'm just a responsible person, dude. So I got to clean that shit up. I was like, don't worry, homie. I got napkins. And, you know, he's being cool about it. He ain't doing anything to help. But that's also not, it's not his responsibility. So I get it. I ain't mad. I ain't mad. I clean up as much of it as I can, as quick as I can. This is like a 10-minute process. And I was like, well, if I had to spill popcorn, I'm glad I got here a half hour early. God damn it. We clean everything off. And just to be fair to this dude, him and I were both on our cell phones all the way through the previews. But once the movie starts, neither of us have a problem with the other one. All right. So, in fact, at one
Mhm.
point in the film, we even high five each other. There we go.
Aw.
But again, at the same time, it's just like, this is the most awkwardest thing ever. Why did your ass literally show up 45 seconds behind me? What the fuck, dude? Like, why are you getting to the movie a half hour early? What is your fucking problem? We got reserved seating, son. What's your deal, dude? I know that contradicts everything. Story's not over
What a
there, Robyn
story.
Seto.
Oh no, it keeps going.
It
Okay,
keeps
okay.
going. Get all the popcorn cleaned up. My man is settling in. I'm settling in. I'm listening to some more Setamon on my Bluetooth speakers. He's listening to whatever he's listening. We're both going through our social medias. I've actually been in Facebook jail 90 minutes at this point. So I'm just like, oh, I wish I could tell everybody I was a Spider-Man right now, but I can't. Oh well. We're in the handicap section. It's the biggest movie of the year. It's Spider-Man. Sure enough, a kid in a wheelchair shows up with a caretaker. And caretaker's a little confused. It's a new floor plan. I get it. So, yeah, D11, you want to go that way, bro. This is D1. We're going that way. All right. And they find their seats. And by the way, I say he's a kid. He actually might be about 20. But God damn it, like, he is super pumped about being at the new Spider-Man movie. And he's all like, Happy holiday, everybody, Spider-Man. I was like, happy holidays to you too, player. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a great time today, dude. And he's like, yeah. Like,
All
he
right.
is wilding out because it is Spider-Man Day.
Hell yeah.
The caretaker, I don't know if the caretaker actually gets him in the proper seat. Like, there's some mix up. Couple high school kids show up because there's a school down the street. They wanted to go see Spider-Man on the opening day. Go figure. But they are surprised that not only is that the handicap seat, but most of their seats don't exist. Again, it's all wheelchair reserved spacing. So there's a discrepancy there. They're not being dicks to these folks, but they are confused and they're making things awkward. And for a minute, I'm like, oh my God, I might have to deal with 2.5 hours of these assholes. No, actually, I'm not, thankfully. But again, there's this thing where the caretaker, he's like, oh, he might not be in that seat, so I should move the guy I'm in charge of to this seat over here. Finally, seating gets resolved. Lights go dark. Trailers all begin. Robyn said, we have to deal with a half hour of trailers now. It's bumped up 10 extra minutes. This is not an exaggeration.
Wow.
We used to be obliged to 20 minutes of trailers. Now it's closer to 30, and that's with with theater specific branding ads, and now Matt Damon's trying to sell his cryptocurrency. The whole thing is wild. But
oh my God.
At some point, a new Harry Potter trailer comes on, and my kid in the wheelchair, who is now not in a wheelchair, but probably should still be in his wheelchair, because that's what all the empty spaces are for, is for the wheelchair. All right, but he's sitting in a regular recliner, and more power to him. I was like, I think he's supposed to be sitting in his wheelchair, sir. Anyway, he's like, Harry Potter, and the rest of the audience, the rest of the full house, have been so oblivious to this kid in the giant Iron Man size wheelchair. They didn't see him. Again, they're on their social medias. They're talking to their friends. Oh, Spider-Man this. You think the Spider-Mans are going to be in this? Blah, blah, blah. I heard so-and-so. So when he starts freaking out, they think he's just some regular-ass Marvel fanboy. So they all start making fun of him. And like, yeah! Like, it's kind of awkward to the point where, like, I'm going to have to start fucking up people in the audience here. By the way, I'm totally incapable of that. But the thought did cross my mind. The Marvel logo starts to roll. Spider-Man! And all of a sudden people are like, Toby! Andrew! You Spider-Man! Like, people are just making fun of him. And like, oh no. Like, this is... By the way, this kid is having such a great time and freaking out. He, like, oblivious to it. He's just like, ah! Like... It literally took about an hour into the film for folks to realize, oh no, this is a gentleman with special circumstances, and he's having a great time, and we should not make fun of that anymore. Um, Needless to
Yeah.
say, this dude had the best time of the night. And once everybody finally did process that in the dark, which was very impressive, all 300 of you, congratulations. Every time he did finally have a positive freak out, they just let him ride with it. No one else had anything else to say. They all had their own individual freakouts. Oh, whoa, no way, damn bitch! Like that last one was me, but they the movie ends. My guy gets back in his wheelchair. The caretaker rolls him out, and I was like, "I'm high fiving this kid," and we do, and he's like, "Yeah!" And that is my Spider-Man 3 Part 2 experience.
Aw, how oddly charming.
Yeah.
It's
all that shit happened.
Bittersweet.
Questions, Robyn Seto.
Well, were you able to salvage any of that popcorn, or did you just have to not have any popcorn for the whole movie?
So all the shit that spilled in the seat, I just threw away. All the apps, regardless if it's the in-house app or the third-party app, they all say like special COVID-19 precautions are being taken care of and extra cleaning is, and I'm like, yeah, no, they're not. No, they're not. You shut up. No, they're not. So as soon as all that shit hit the vinyl, scooped up as much as I could and threw it away. And because I had to have extra butter, I'm glad I got extra napkins because I had to wipe all that shit off too. But yeah, so I still had half a bag of the small popcorn. And by the way, like the sizes at the concession stands are completely different from like when you and I were growing up. There was a running joke back in the day, Robyn. You might have been a little too young for this in the 90s, but like a small Coke would be like the size of a medicine glass. All right, like that was a small Coke, but it still cost you $4. Pardon me. Nowadays, if you order a small Coke or a small Pepsi in the case of the Regal, like it's still like 25 ounces, and you're like, God damn! Like I'm glad I ordered this small.
Yeah.
So small popcorn. I would say it should be as small as it should be. But yeah, a lot of that shit got knocked over. I was hoping to bring popcorn home, but yeah, it was what it was, and it sucked, but we got through it.
Well, that sounds like at least an overall positive experience. Yeah.
You know, it was a great time. It was a great event. I totally cut you off there. I'm sorry.
Oh, then you know that's the real Christmas magic there.
Spider-Man 3 is the new Christmas movie.
Dude, Spider-Man 3, now hear me out. Spider-Man 3 is the best Christmas movie. I'll tell you why it's Christmas.
I was hoping you were going to add on to that, but that was great. Because that's how that comment goes. It's the new Die Hard. It's totally new Die Hard because it has snow in it. Folks, I hope you all are having the merriest of Christmases, the happiest of holidays if you don't celebrate the Christmas. Yeah. Again, I don't know if we're going to do a real episode next week or a best of. I've been working on that for the last couple months, so we might totally just have a best of. But even then, I don't know how that's going to work because I'm still green at all this. But please take care of your family. If you ain't seen your family, make an attempt to go see your family. Everybody love everybody. Yeah, let's have a better 2022 than we have had the last 24 months. Ha 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 ha. Robyn Seto, what do you do around here?
I still do a little thing called Polite Beer Expression. That cute little weekly written beer reviews, different craft brew every week. Been trying to do a lot of different stuff, trying to mix it up. It is colder times, and there should have been one that probably came out today. right? Yeah, Thursday.
No, it'd be
No, Friday.
Wednesday.
Yesterday. Wednesday.
Tuesdays. Two days ago.
Tuesdays goes. They come out on Thursdays, right? Is that
Wednesdays?
Wednesday?
No, they do come out on Thursdays. Jesus Christ. Yes. They used to come out
That
on
was the
Wednesdays.
old-
Now they come out on Thursdays.
That was our old time. This is our new time.
Oh my
Thursdays.
God. Thankfully, this isn't a visual medium. You see me covering my eyes. Oh.
It's okay. Yeah. So, there should be something cute and exciting for you to have checked out. I won't spoil it for you. You'll just have to go and check out my polite beer expressions up on the BosNet.family for some Christmas themed stuff. And into the new year, we'll be trying out some funky stuff we've been sitting on for a couple of years. So look out for that.
There you go.
Hey.
I do some stuff around here. We mentioned the Waffle Box podcast. It's the best part of Wednesdays. Me and friend of the family, Mike Fish, we're doing it every Wednesday. We talk about everything and nothing at all. We actually, I believe, are dropping today a thing exclusively to Spotify. So go to the Waffle Box podcast Spotify playlist, and we're doing Christmas music. So I did a thing with Morissette Amon, and she's gonna perform "This Is Christmas." So I hope you all enjoy the Phoenix of Asia, Morissette Amon, and her Christmas rendition, and that should be a good time. Otherwise, me and Kai of Kush And Kai just dropped one of Shane Black's Christmas movies, The Long Kiss Goodnight. We are exploring, let's make Gina Davis an action hero, and this is actually the better of the two. The Long Kiss Goodnight, Samuel L. Jackson, Brian Cox. It's a great time, guys. It's Shane Black, it's Rennie Harlan. You're going to have a good time. It's a fun conversation. Otherwise, in 4 days, December 29th, the season finale of the Kick-Ass Movie Podcast number 6. Me and director, master, Len Kabaczynski, we're talking best of the best. James Earl Jones, Eric Roberts, Philip Ree. We bring in Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer Jameel Hemphill from Sweet Science Cinema, and Kai of Kush And Kai, and we talk about the original best of the best. It's one of the best kick-ass movie podcasts of the year. I think you're going to love it. It's a fantastic movie. It's Rocky with Taekwondo, but more.
Hell yeah.
Robyn, do you know best of the best at all?
I don't, but that sounds awesome.
It's a pretty great movie. It had a bunch of less than sequels, but even a couple of those are not bad. Best of the best 3, pretty good for a straight to cable thing, but not the point of this. Anyways, folks, for Robyn Seto, Miss Robyn Seto, I've been Kush Hayes. You've been you. The merriest of Christmases, the happiest of holidays.
Microdose, 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 yeah, microdose.
From the BosNet family.
Oh no, it keeps going. Okay,
It keeps going.